KNON 89.3 FM in Dallas and Fort Worth, the voice of the people.
Business owners, tell KNON's listeners about your business. You can put your business or event on KNON. KNON currently has space available to run announcements for you. Tell KNON's listeners about your goods, services, nightclub, concert, or event. Help keep the voice of the people on the air while putting your information on the air. KNON's been named the #1 radio station in Dallas by both the Dallas Observer and D Magazine. Put your business with Dallas's #1 station. Call now for more information at 214-828-9500, extension 227, or extension 233. For more information, go to KNON.org and click on the Run Spots on KNON page. It's a great way for your business to support community radio while letting more people know about you.
Yo, what's up? I'ma kick it with the line, y'all know. Yo, Slim, can I kick it like this? Here we go. Well, it's time to make that change. People of the world today are fading. All of us have our ups and downs. You better think about it or you won't be around. What we need is a little bit of love, sent by one from heaven up above. Chicken for tea is simple and plain. This ain't no game, you know what I'm saying? What?
It's time.
Yep.
Time to make the change.
Here we go.
We are the people who can do it.
We'd like to say good morning. This is Church Information and Open Forum. I'm Marion Barnett, your host. Each and every Saturday morning from 7 to 9 a.m. right here on 89.3 FM, KNON. All right, we have Annie, we have... oh God, how much my mind is gone this morning. Doc and Clint producing this morning, and we got a lot of things to talk about. We were to have Congresswoman Eddie Bernice Johnson on with us this morning, but she's traveling at the time, and she'll be with us on next Saturday morning. Congresswoman Eddie Bernice Johnson, along with State Representative Eric Johnson, the E. Johnsons will be with us on your guest on next Saturday morning. But we got a lot of other things. So much is going on. My God, it's a lot going on, and we just want to know why is it? What's going on in this community and in this nation? But right now, let me make an announcement or two here. Reaching Out to You Ministry, 6th Avenue Baptist Church, 125 South 5th Street in Corsicana, Texas. This is the overseer is Bishop K.D. Davis, and to the gospel announcers of 89.3, this letter should remind you of the banquet for Bishop Davis on March the 16th. All right, that's at 6 p.m. at the Lifeline Fellowship Church in Corsicana, Texas. As of today, I have not heard from. Oh, well, I better not read all this. You gospel. Oh my God, I hadn't read this announcement before I went on the air. But this is to our gospel announcers. Bishop K.D. Davis is definitely looking for your presence, and y'all contact Bishop Davis. All righty, okay. But there are other things that are going on. Let's look at today in Black history, African American history, African history. On this day, righty. Welterweight title fight. All right, Thomas Hitman Hearns. This is in 1980. The USBA welterweight title, won the USBA welterweight title. This is one of the 5 fight classics that he won a boxing title, making him the first black to win boxing titles in 5 different weight classes. That's all right. Hitman Hearns, yeah, he won titles in 5 different weight classes. On this day in 1972, Dr. Jerome Holland was elected to be the board of directors of the New York Stock Exchange on this date. On this date, back in 1962, Wilter Still Chamberlain hit 100 points in a single basketball game, a professional record that stands until this day. He sunk 36 field goals and 28 foul shots, and Chamberlain, who played for the Philadelphia Warriors and the 76ers and then the Los Angeles Lakers, was the best scorer and rebounder. All right. On this day, Chamberlain hit 100 points in one game. What a feat that was. All right. 1961, through the 25th anti-segregation march through the 25th, some 180 black students and whites ministers arrested in Columbia, South Carolina after anti-segregation march. Students were very active then. Students was active back in those days. 1961, on this date, March 2nd, Atlanta Chamber of Commerce announced that the black and white leaders had agreed on a plan for desegregation of lunchrooms and other facilities. All right. Now, that doesn't sound much like a whole lot in this day and time, but believe me, if you were alive during that time, you know what changes that was about to bring about, and you have no idea what it was like to go and be out shopping, and you couldn't even stop and get you a burger and a Coke. So that was something. We got a whole lot more here to read. But right now, we want you to get your pen and paper out and get ready for Mr. Greg Barber. He'll be coming in just a few moments, and he will give you Solution in Action Today job line. Solution in Action Today job line. On this date, 1943, George Benson, jazz guitarist, protege and student of guitarist extraordinaire Chet Atkins, was born in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Among Benson's hits are Breezing, Masquerade, The Greatest Love of All. All right, George Benson was born on March 2nd, 1943. 1956. Morocco becomes independent. Morocco, as an independent state, has been in existence since 788 A.D., when Idris was a proclaimed king at Volubilis. Today, Morocco is a constitutional monarch. King Hassan II came to the throne in 1961, a descendant of many prophets. He is also the commander of the believers. All right. That's in Morocco, Northern Africa. Yeah, boy. See any more you might want to hear. There are a whole lot more on here. But we'll get to that later. But we got a lot to talk about. There's so much going on. The Trayvon Martin killing. That killing. Trayvon Martin. It happened a few days ago, 1 year ago. Trayvon Martin was killed there in Florida. And I'd like to know what you think. Was that murder or was that justifiable homicide? Was it murder? What do you think about it? Also, sequestration. To sequester, to cut somewhat $78 billion out of the budget. Only that would cut, this would hurt a lot of low-income people, children, food programs, would hurt Head Starts, different things like that. Only because I feel like the Republicans do not want to raise taxes on the wealthy. They're the ones who elect them. They're the ones who put them in the office to protect them. And the Republicans is doing what they got to do to protect their base. But they're caught between a rock and a hard place because they have the far right over there that are saying they can't do certain things. Then they have the rich. But then in their districts, everyone that's in a Republican district in America is not rich. Republicans, they represent a lot of middle class and poor people in their particular districts, congressional districts. And I wonder, what is it? What are those people going to do? How can they continue to vote for someone that's really hurting them? I wonder about that. We have the voting rights bill. This is very, very essential. Have the South changed? Is the South more racist than the rest of America? Have the South changed? Those of you who lived in the South, before the 64 Civil Rights Bill, before the 65 Voting Rights Bill, before the 67 Open Housing Bill came about? Have the South changed? Or is the South the same as the rest of America? Is it any more racism in the South than they say in New York, Illinois, California, Washington? Is it more racism in Louisiana, Alabama, Mississippi, Georgia, Florida, Tennessee, Texas? Is there more racism in the South? We have to ask that question because one of the Supreme Court justices, he raised the question, are we punishing the South and when it is no different from the rest? Well, is the rest any better than the South, or are they about the same? Or is the South still more racist than the North? Or was it ever more racist, or were they just overt in the South? Didn't smile in your face and pat you, and stab you in the back. They just showed you how they felt about black people in the South. Or do we need the Voting Rights Bill, especially Section 5, which one is before the Supreme Court, to be upheld? Are we still having problems voting in certain states in America? Are there still problems that we have trying to get people to exercise their most valued right, the most given right in America, the right to vote? I noticed that we have Congress people and people in high places in government will go to war in Iraq and go to war in Afghanistan and other places on earth, will go to war to give those people a right to vote, but turn right around and suppress the vote in America. What kind of hypocrisy is that? You suppress the vote here in America, but want to give other people in foreign countries the right to vote. You will send our troops of all colors, black, brown, white, red, yellow. Everybody goes to war to give others the right for a democracy, a republic. But at the same time, we'll try to suppress the voting rights of people of color here in America. What kind of hypocrisy is that? I wish somebody would call and explain to me what's going on. Explain to me what's happening in America. I've been around. I can remember every president since Truman. I've never seen a president so opposed as they opposed President Barack Obama. They didn't do Truman, Eisenhower, Kennedy, Lyndon Johnson, Nixon. They didn't do Henry Ford, Gerald Ford, I'm sorry, Jimmy Carter. They didn't do Reagan. They didn't do Bush. They didn't do Bill Clinton, Bush 43. They didn't do him like that. And but why is it everything President Obama tried to present, they viciously oppose it, and most of the acts that he tried to present, they thought of it. It was once a Republican idea. What's going on? Is it because he's a black man? Is it because they want to send a message to the world that you should never, ever again elect a black man as president? Is it? When your man is president, he represents something. The president of the United States represents something. He represents power. And that position, it is indeed the most powerful position here on earth. And there seem to be some that have such a great problem with that. There are others who are going on about their business and trying to solve the problem of jobs and different situations we're in America, and they don't have any problems trying to get along and get along with people and make it a great world for everybody. But there is a group out there that's so viciously, vilely oppose President Obama. What do you think about those people? What do you think about what's going on? Give me a call, 972-647-1893, 972-647-1893. What is it? Is all of this going on because we have a black president? I just want to I ask the question. I already know the answer, but I want to hear what you think about this situation. 972-647-1893. Have you ever seen so much opposition to everything that this president offered? And he still did a good job. He was still reelected. With all the vile viciousness and hatred and anger toward this president, he still was reelected, which lets you know, in many ways, America has come a long ways. But have we come far enough to make sure we can take out all of those laws, especially Section 5 of the 65 Voting Rights Act? Or do we still need laws to protect the rights of people of color? What do you think? 972-647-1893 is the number to call. And when we see how people have gone forth and have moved forward, then we see people still trying to drag it out and hang on to the past. How long will ignorance and stupidity hang on in America? How long? Backwardsness. America can't be as great as it can be because it would not allow all of its citizens the opportunity to show their skills, their value, their brilliance. How great would America be if everyone was given an opportunity to do their very, very best? You want America to be great, but America could be far greater if everybody would show their skills. Far, far greater. 972-647-1893 is the number to call. All righty. All right. Let me, before I take any call, let me look at this. All right. In 1867, blacks voted in a municipal election in Alexandria, Virginia, for perhaps the first time in the South. The election commission refused to count the 1,400 votes, and military officials suspended local elections pending a clarification on the status of the freed men. Can you imagine? In 1867, first time blacks voted in Alexandria, Virginia. They wouldn't even count the votes. Can you imagine that? 972-647-1893. I tell you what, I'm up against a break. It's and I guarantee you, I'm going to take some calls as soon as I get back. I'm going to come to our phone line. But I got so many of these things I want to read. But we'll take some calls. All of our lines are filled, but just try to get in anyway. And we'll be back in just 1 second.
Knon thanks you for your pledge to our recent pledge drive. Now is the time to make your pledge count. Send your pledge to Knon's P.O. Box 710909, Dallas, Texas 75371. If you missed our pledge drive, you can still support community radio by pledging on the web at knon.org. Your pledge only counts if you pay it. That's Knon Box 710909, Dallas, Texas 75371. Be sure you put the name of the show you are supporting on the check, money order, or the envelope. Questions about Knon Pledge Drive, call 214-828-9500, extension 234.
Dallas J Spivey Productions presents the Gigantic Gospel Concert 2013, featuring some of the gospel artists like the Rance Allen Group, Doc McKenzie and the Highlights, George Dean and the Gospel 4, Lee Williams and the Spiritual QC, Tim Rogers and the Fellas, Little Roy and the Revelations. Saturday, April 13th at Friendship West Baptist Church, 2020 West Wheatland Road in Dallas, with the Rance Allen, Doc McKenzie and the Highlights, George Dean and the Gospel 4, Lee Williams and the Spiritual QC, Tim Rogers and the Fellas, and Lil Roy and the Revelations. Saturday, April 13th. Doors open at 3 p.m. Show starts at 4. Tickets at ticketweb.com. Friendship West Baptist Church and J Spivey Productions at 877-291-1918.
Would you help a word to burn?
This is Sonny Boy Mark, and I'd like to take a minute here to tell you about over 60 minutes of great blues listening available now on KNON's Texas Blues Radio Volume 5 Blues CD. This is some great stuff, folks. 15 tracks from the Two Tones, Blues Boy Bo, Buddy Whittington, Andrea Dawson, Kirkland James, Sonny Colley, Johnny Red and the Roosters, the Chris Watson Band, the Rough Cut Blues Band, Jeff Stone with Charlie Love, David Millsap, Sir Loin and the Ass Kicking Machine, Michael J. and the Paul Bird Band, and JJ and the Detonators. The 1,000 copies we made are selling fast, and we won't reissue it. Get yours now at Forever Young Records in Grand Prairie, Record Town in Fort Worth, and in Dallas at Bill's Records and Rewind Music. The CD is available as a download at cdbaby.com. All proceeds benefit KNON, sponsored by Forever Young Records. Vinyl copies available at Forever Young Records only. For more info on Texas Blues Radio Volume 5, visit knon.org. Your ears been bending for some blues? Well, feed them the real thing with Texas Blues Radio Volume 5.
This is William, your videographer for the KNON talk shows. You can watch church information and forum by going to the knon.org website. Click on schedules to the left side of your screen. Choose Church Information and Forums page. Scroll to the bottom of that page, then choose your favorite show to watch or download. This show will be ready for viewing by lunchtime Tuesday. Have a great day.
All right, we're back on Church Information and Open Forum. I'm Marion Barnett, your host. We have Annie, Clint, and Doc Dockery. Doc Dockery, I was giving him credit for making the best coffee in Dallas, maybe anywhere. And I just found out it was KNON coffee. This, people, you're going to have to get some of this coffee. I am a coffee connoisseur. I drink coffee. I'm a coffee drinker. I drink it black. I don't put nothing in it. This is the best coffee I've ever had. And he just told me that's KNON coffee. I'm shocked. Y'all gonna have to get some of this coffee. If you love coffee, if you like coffee, even if you don't like coffee, you'd like this. This is some great coffee. And we're gonna at 8:00. Doc is gonna tell y'all how he fixed his. But this is a great cup of Joe. Oh man, this is some great coffee. Good coffee. Great. All right. 972-647-1893 is the number to call. Where are we going to start? Line 1? Okay, let's go with Rod. All righty. Good morning, Rod.
This is a great show. This is my first time listening to it. But
Thank you.
I really sympathize with what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you nailed it on the head when you mentioned that, unfortunately, a big chunk of our population is still living in ignorance, even though they go to school.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that back there, probably somewhere in their mind, they are not accepting the truth of us having a black president, which for me is irrelevant the color of the skin.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Obama is working hard on making this country a better country. Probably you can tell by my accent, I'm an immigrant. I'm from Venezuela.
Mm-hmm.
And the United States has been really welcoming to us. I cannot vote yet. I will be a citizen next year.
Good.
But I do think that our population, our nation, has to come back and have the will to make great things. and stop watching the Kardashians, stop watching Duck Dynasty, and stop watching WrestleMania, because that is going to the spirits of the population. We have to take what belongs to us, and we have to respect our ancestors and protect the future of our kids.
Well, I tell you what, I admire so many immigrants that come to America, because you come here with a serious mind, a serious thoughts, knowing what we're up against and how great and the potentials that we have that we don't take advantage of. You're right. Instead of paying attention to what's going on there, watching what the Kardashians are doing, or what the Housewives of Atlanta or something, just foolishness. All that foolishness, and just the world is just zooming by and taking them backwards, and they don't even realize it. That's why I love to talk to a lot of people that are new to this country, and because they can appreciate for what it really is and the potential they have to move forward, and just take advantage of what's presented of us, and stick together and push forward, and don't let these people turn back the hands of time on us, because you've got some people out there, some of y'all that don't have a lot going for you. You better get ready, get your cotton sack out, because they mean to send you back, and I'm not playing. I kid you not. All right, we thank you. Thank you. All right, that clears the line. That clears the line. 972-647-1893. 972-647-1893. Let's go to the line for Ronald. No, Reverend Crenshaw. Good morning, Reverend.
God bless you, sir. How you doing?
Fine. You doing all right this morning?
I'm doing fine.
Yeah.
I was going to let you know something about, generally, when they elect a person of color to an office, the greatest of mess is going on. So they have him, because he's the greatest of minds, President Obama, to solve the biggest of the messes.
Yeah.
And should he fail, after all they thrown at him, they'll never have another black person of color to run that office again.
You know what, Reverend Crenshaw? I think there are enough forward-thinking white Americans, enough people of brown, black, red, yellow, who understand what these Republicans are doing.
Yeah,
they understand what's happening, and I think they're gonna vote for the best person for the job, no matter what. They know that even Boehner, I really believe, don't want to go for this stuff, but he got to, because they are all terrified of their primaries. See, where the Republican moderate, progressive Republican, there are some, but they try to hide. They fear that right wing, and that right wing is going to destroy them if they don't be careful. They're going to destroy the Republican party, and going to get left out there on that island by themselves.
But they're going to destroy them. They're going to dig their graves and bury them over.
You're right about that, preacher. Yeah.
God bless you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
God bless you.
God bless you. 972-647-1893 is the number to call. 972-647-1893. Line 2. Let's say good morning to Ronald. All righty. Good morning, Ronald.
Hello. How are you today?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm doing good. Listen, I can agree with about everything that you're saying. I'm a assistant teacher to Brother James at the Christian Chapel Temple of Faith. It's a 150-year-old church.
Yeah.
Our pastor is Reverend Kamau.
Yeah.
But I'm Norwegian descent and Spanish. And so I get to kind of see both sides. I have a lot of right-wing friends that are really serious in their opinion and their belief, but deep down inside, they know better than what they're saying and what they're doing. But they're scared, and they're trying to scare the folks by just accusing Obama about everything un-American that you can accuse a man of.
Well, if
it's a scare tactic.
Yeah.
And that's all that they know to do is try to put the fear, because they fear that they're losing their power. Well, people would vote for them if they would have some good results.
Right.
That's their problem. They just don't have any results, so they just try to make us fear so they can get the vote.
Now, are you out there on Noah Road? Is that where your church is?
Yes, sir.
This is one Jerome McNeil pastored this church?
Yes, he was our pastor. He passed away.
He and I were very, very good friends. We used to be in a group called Concerned Black Clergy and Laity.
Yes.
Yeah, well, we were very good friends, Jerome and I. And he was a forward-thinking man. But everything I noticed the Republicans put forth, the number one leading thing they have in it is a fear factor. It's always a fear. Something's going to happen. Something terrible is something. If you do this and we don't get a hold of this, and you're soaking our later generations' future, you're doing this. They run on a platform of fear and ignorance.
Mm-hmm.
They run on a platform, and everything
but it's
they
easy to see. It's starting to become easier to see for most folks.
Yeah, because America is becoming more enlightened. I will admit, a lot of hatred have subsided in America. It's not like it once was. We still have a long ways to go. Don't get me wrong, but but we still, believe me, I've been around a long time. We've come a long ways. Oh my God, we've come a long ways. Now, do you think the South is more racist than any other parts of the country?
I've been there, and yes, I do.
You do?
I really do.
You really think we still need these that Section 5 of the Voting Rights, 65 Voting Rights Act? You think we need that?
We're going to need that until I'd say another generation. This generation, and I really mean this, but it's just these old folks that are used to getting their way back, say, 60 years ago. They're just having trouble letting it go. So once that generation goes, I think this generation that's coming up, I'm talking about our young folks, there's going to be a big change. This stuff has just got to go. It's got to go.
Yeah, it has to. All righty. Thank you, preacher. Thank you for your call and comment. All right. All right. There clears the line. 972-647-1893. 972-647-1893 is the number to call. All righty. We still need that Voting Rights Act? Do we still need the Section 5 part of the Voting Rights Act? It took a lot of marching. See, that Selma to Montgomery march, that was for voting rights. Bloody Sunday, that was about voting rights. Youngsters was really in the forefront of that. Youngsters, teenagers, college kids, they were in front. Where are our youngsters today? Is the mentality not there that was there when we were youngsters? We fought. We knew what we were up against. We stood up. We got thrown in jail. We got dogs fixed on them in there in Montgomery. Things happened. People were killed. Young man jumped in front of bullets from the police and was killed there in Montgomery. Was protecting his mother and his father. They were about to kill him. He jumped in front, and they shot him twice in the stomach. He was killed standing up for our rights. Where are our young people today also? What are you standing up for? Are you standing up for progress? Or what are you doing with your lives? Believe me, this thing is being reversed. 972-647-1893. Let's go to line 1 and say good morning to Reverend Moss. All righty. Good morning, Reverend Moss.
Good morning, Rev Barnett.
Fine. How are you this morning?
Yeah, you walking heavy this morning?
No, we just try to stay with the truth of the matter. Of all the years I've been, as of yesterday, I've been on this airways 27 years.
That's good.
I've never had anybody to call me a lie. they say they're upset with me.
I hear you.
They're angry with me, but none of them have ever. Now, I've never had a caller call in and say you're lying.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to tell you the truth, whether it make you mad or not. But what I want to do is make people think.
Right.
Think about how stupid and ignorant things that we are doing here to ourselves and to this nation and before our God. So I've never been called a lie.
Yeah, I got this comment to make on that. Jesus never did nothing wrong. They didn't like him. They killed him because he was right. Pilate couldn't find nothing wrong with him. But he was afraid of him. They're afraid of Obama, but they don't have no control over that. And it's
why would they fear the president? Why would they fear President Obama?
Huh?
Why do you think they fear him?
He's smart.
So they fear intelligence.
He's very intelligent. And I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna get off. The Caucasian man never wanted a black man over him and telling him what to do. Never have, and they never will. So this is a holdback. And you ask why were the young folks at? The young people is relaxed. Now, the young white folks, the young ones, behind us, they are confused. They don't know what's going on. I mean, they see all of this, but they're confused. They care less about black or white. They want to mix. They want to do it. But the ones that's past 70 years old that's still living, that's your problem.
You going as high as 70? That's pretty high. No.
I brought it up to where I am,
Yeah, but you can take it a little bit back to me and back. No.
Yeah. Well,
no. And see, the thing about it, it's almost like a snake. It runs from one generation to the next, and it don't stop. We have to ask our people. Our young people, where are you? What are you doing?
Right.
The old people have wisdom.
They relaxed.
Old people have wisdom and can teach you a lot of things. But the young people don't seem to have any energy.
They don't have none at all.
And where is the energy of our youth?
Mm-hmm.
Are they wasting their energy because it takes a lot of energy for them to walk a block because their pants are sagging? It takes more energy to walk in sagging pants than it do if your pants on straight.
Right.
What is it?
Rev Barnett, when I was coming up, we respected the older men. We had men then. Black men were men.
Yeah.
They wore their khaki suits and belts, and the pants was up.
Mm-hmm.
And if they saw a young man, if it wasn't their son or not, they didn't care who you were. But if they
would correct you if you were getting down wrong. Oh, Lord. They were
going to get on you about it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, but...
Boy, you know better than that.
Where are they? They can see them doing wrong. They walk by and won't say nothing.
Oh, that mercy.
Mm-hmm. Because they're afraid of them. Young men now, you say something to them, they want to shoot you. You know? So, and I guess, I'm going to get off, and I guess, after all, we don't have dogs, water holes, and things shooting at us now. So we backed up and we're relaxed.
No, but you got bullets shooting at you now. You got something worse than dogs and water holes. You have 38s and 44 Magnums, 45s shooting our people down like dogs now. That's what I tell you. What, I'm up against a short break, and I thank you for your call. And y'all can call us at 972-647-1893, and I'll be right back.
My grandfather, he loved the boogie. His father, he loved it too. My dad loved the boogie.
Big Bill Morganfield is coming back.
That's the son of the blues legend Muddy Waters coming to Dallas for one night only in a big Knon Blues benefit event Saturday, March 9th at Poor David's Pub.
Big Bill will be playing his father's guitars during this rare Dallas appearance.
Get there early. We'll have free barbecue from the Alligator Cafe.
Joining Big Bill will be the Super Kings and Susie Q in the Shaft featuring James Hinkle.
Join us for this very special blues event.
Tickets are available now at knon.org, Bill's Records, and Forever Young Records in Grand Prairie.
Saturday, March the 9th, Big Bill Morganfield with the Super Kings and Susie Q and the Shaft featuring James Hinkle and a free barbecue dinner from the Alligator Cafe at Poor David's Pub.
Poor David's Pub is located at 1313 South Lamar in Dallas.
We'll see you there. This is a Knon benefit event.
Jim Hightower has moved to be a part of KNON's Speak Up Saturday. Jim Hightower's segments can now be heard at the start of each of KNON's great talk programming starting at 7 a.m. with Rev Marion Barnett's show, Church Information and Open Forum, with the news and talk of South Dallas. Then at 9, the CWA presents Workers Beat with the news and talk of the unions hosted by Gene Lance and Bonnie Matthias. At 10, the Dallas Observer presents Get Off My Lawn with Jim Schutz, bringing you the other side of Dallas news. Finishing up Speak Up Saturdays at 11 is Lambda Weekly with the news and talk of the LGBTQ community, hosted by David Taffet, Patty Fink, and Lauren Landis. Now starting at each of these shows is Jim Hightower's insightful segment at 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11 a.m. each and every Saturday morning right here on the Voice of the People, KNON 89.3 FM.
Top Dollar Tax Service. Tax preparation offering services for business and personal taxes. Electronic filing, W-2s, Schedule Cs, 1099. Student credit funded in 24 hours. That's Top Dollar Tax Service located at 3333 Cedar Crest Boulevard in Dallas. Their phone number is 214-941-1176 or on the web at www.topdollartaxservice.com. Serving the community for over 8 years, a CPA is available. They are open Monday through Saturdays 9 a.m. until 8 p.m. and Sundays by appointment. For information, Omar at 214-941-1176. That's 214-941-1176. Hey.
All right, we're back on Church Information and Open Forum. I'm Marion Barnett, your host, and we are asking you to call 972-647-1893. You'll get a business signal now, but keep trying to call. Please don't give up. Keep trying to call, and we want to hear from everybody. We want to hear what you got to say, because next 2 or 3 weeks we're going to be having guests in, and you will not have as much talk time. So let's talk it out today. 972-647-1893. What's that line to? Let's say good morning to Clarence. Is Clarence next? 4 is next? All right. Job line. Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. All right. Good morning, Greg.
Good morning, Rev Barnett.
Fine, fine. How are you this morning?
Doing fine, doing fine.
Fine. Are there any jobs out there?
There are also jobs out here this morning on our SAT job line. That's Solutions and Actions Today job line, brought to you every Saturday morning during Church Information and Open Forum from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. here on KNON 89.3, the voice of the people. This morning on the job line, we have State Farm Insurance, who's looking for customer service representatives. They're asking you to apply online at www.statefarm.com. Once again, the web address is www.statefarm.com. Quality Edge Incorporated is looking for warehouse associates and a truck driver. They're asking you to apply by email to Annette, ANNETTE, at qualityedge.com. Once again, that email address, apply by email to Annette, ANNETTE, at qualityedge.com. Overhead Doors Incorporated is looking for warehouse associates. They're asking you to apply online at www.hourlycareers-overheaddoors.icims.com. Once again, that web address is www.hourlycareers-overheaddoor.icims.com. Loloy Rugs is looking for warehouse coordinators. They're asking you to apply online at www.loyrugs.com. Once again, Loloy Rugs is looking for a warehouse coordinator. They're asking you to apply online at www.loyrugs.com. Once again, that web address is www.loyrugs.com. Cardinal Health is looking for a warehouse associate. They're asking you to apply online at www.cardinalhealth.net/career section. Once again, Cardinal Health is looking for a warehouse associate. They're asking you to apply online at www.cardinal, cardinalhlth.paleo.net/career section. Traxxas, TRAXXAS, is looking for a warehouse associate. They're asking you to apply online at www.traxxas.com. Once again, that web address is www.traxxas.com. Once again, that web address is www.traxxas.com. Uline is looking for warehouse associates. They're asking you to apply online at www.uline.com. Once again, that's Uline is looking for warehouse associates. They're asking you to apply online at www.uline.com. You're a child-loving, patient, and energetic individual and would like to work in a daycare setting. The number for inquiry is 972-290-4995. Once again, if you are a child-loving, patient, energetic individual and would like to work in a daycare setting, the number for inquiry is 972-290-4995. You are a person affected by addiction and need assistance with your recovery efforts, or an ex-offender trying to make their transition back into mainstream society and need assistance with job search. The number for inquiry is 214-634-2722. Once again, if you are a person affected by addiction and need assistance with your recovery efforts, or an ex-offender trying to make their transition back into mainstream society and need assistance with job search, the number of inquiry is 214-634-2722. Today is a good day if you're looking for a job to find one. Let me repeat that. Today is a good day if you're looking for a job to find one. The late, great Rastafari and Bob Marley once said, get up, stand up. Stand up for your rights. Get up, stand up. Don't give up the fight. For the question on that very quote there, Rev Barnett.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Can you get up and stand up if you don't know there's a fight?
No, because you will lie there in the comfort of stupidity. And when the boogeyman gets you, you're already down. All he has to do is just bury you.
There is a disconnect between the generation of the great struggle and the generation of today.
And you know, you're so right, and see, it frustrates me when I see young people, as hard as we fought over the years, just seem to be wasting their lives away and doing nothing. Many of them won't even finish high school, let alone go to college. And many of them won't get a trade. They won't do anything. They just seem to be happy as they can get them a $500 car and put $3,000 worth of wheels on them, and they're happy. I don't know. Something's wrong, man.
They don't have a sense of urgency, and they think they are livers for today. They don't think in terms of what is going to happen, and they think things are going to stay the same way throughout their lives. Yeah. Things are changing every second, every minute, every hour, every day. It's changing.
Yeah, we are headed backwards. I hate to say that. Excuse me. Many of you will disagree with me, but I've looked at it I've looked at things very close. We're headed backwards. It's a decline in our particular ethnic group. There's a great decline. And we're declining in knowledge and skills and different things, and we're declining in income. There's a great decline. And don't mention morals. There's a great decline. A great decline. All righty. Thank you, Greg. Great job as always, man. Great job as always. Mr. Greg Barber and his Solution in Action Today job line. 972-647-1893 is that number to call. 972-647-1893. Which one is next? 2? All righty. Let's say good morning to Clarence. Good morning, Clarence. I guess Clarence couldn't hold on long enough. It said Clarence Carter. I don't know if that was a singer or not. All righty there. Sorry, Clarence. We kept you on too long. Which one is next? 3? All righty. Let's say good morning to Ike. Good morning, Ike.
Good morning, Rev Barnett.
Fine. How are you doing this morning?
Doing great. Enjoying the program, and you're doing an excellent job like you always do.
Oh,
but I was thinking about the Voters' Rights Act, especially like you say that Section 5.
Yes.
I was reading an article in the paper. Now, Texas said we don't need it.
Did you expect anything else out of Texas?
Well, Well, we made it in the same article. They said that they have improved, and they only have 22 counties now that has racial problems. I don't know how many counties is in Texas, so
that
still need
it's
it.
200.
Don't have a problem.
What is it? 254 counties in Texas.
But they got 22 counties that still have racial problems.
And we only have 22. I don't know. I must drive through those 23. I thought I'd been all over Texas, but everywhere I've been must have been in those 22.
Well,
you got to be
another
kidding
thing
me.
that they say that the Voters' Right Act it was it stopped this voters ID and this redistricting that they tried to pull over, and especially around here in Dallas. It stopped it, but it gave us a point to fight about. To try to stop them from changing, boundary lines, so it can be
the gerrymandering
more strong. Gerrymandering.
Yeah.
And but I look at the Voters' Right Act laws like this. They're saying we don't need it anymore. Well, years ago, not too many years ago, but they came up with these red light cameras. And when they put the red light cameras up, they said that you had fewer accidents, fewer people start running red lights because of the cameras. Because you had somebody watching you, and you could get a ticket through the mail, or then if you did have an accident that you said you didn't run the light, and the camera could tell who was wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But now, I think one of the cities came up and said, "Well, we don't need it anymore because everybody done stopped running red lights." Well, the only reason they stopped running them was because
those cameras
somebody's
was
watching.
Yeah.
So we get rid of the voters' right law, then we're going right back to where we come from because you have nothing in place. Then when you start, you have to fight the fight all over again once you start getting discriminated against. You have to go and fight and get laws back in place. So let's keep what we got. And I just appreciate your show, and God bless you. I'm going to let somebody else know.
Well, Ike, man, I can remember the poll taxes. It was $1.75. And believe me, go back 50 years, $1.75 was a lot of money.
Right.
Oh, yeah, man. A man that worked hard and took care of his family. And people had big families back in those days. Everybody. See, if you were, I come out of a family of 4, that was considered a small family. There were a lot of families, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Biggest one I can remember was about 17. And $1.75, if a man and his wife was to pay that kind of money to vote, ooh, man, that was a chunk out of your income. So don't tell me anything about voting rights and different things like that, those poll taxes and literacy tests and all things like that, jelly beans in a jar, bubbles on soap, and all these different things just to keep us from voting. Yes, we definitely need it. And I wish, and you said there are only 22 counties in Texas that have racism in it. Well, where did you read that?
That's what the paper said.
Was that the morning news?
Dallas Morning News.
Oh, Lord. Okay.
That
all right.
paper said that. I believe it's 222 myself.
254, they still have problems. All righty. Thank you, Ike. You have a good day. All right, they close the line, 972-647-1893. 972-647-1893. Let's go to line 4 and say good morning to Brenda. All righty. Good morning, Brenda.
Good morning, Rev Barnett. How are you?
Fine. How are you this morning?
I'm blessed.
Yeah.
I initially wanted to call in to, I don't know if you got our email, but we were on last week, Case, concerning our upcoming educational summit.
Oh, yeah, we're going to hit that.
Okay, but what I wanted you to know, and your listening audience, our date has been rescheduled, has changed.
Okay.
Initially, it was March the 22nd and 23rd.
Okay.
And now it's changed to April 5th and 6th. And we changed it because on the 23rd, there's that big rally against domestic violence.
Mm-hmm.
And we didn't want to, we would be pulling from some of the same audience.
Okay.
So it's, everything is in place. It's just the date is changed to April 5th and 6th, same time, same place, Friendship West.
Mm-hmm. I tell you what, Brenda, have y'all emailed me that information?
Yes.
Okay, I hadn't checked it.
It was emailed to you day before yesterday.
April 5th and 6 at 2020 West Wheatland, Friendship West Baptist Church. Yeah, 5:30 that Friday evening. Is that?
Everything is exactly the same except the date.
Okay. All right. All right.
And
Thank you.
I wanted to comment on your topic this morning. Well, one of the main things is that we have the parents have dropped the ball in parenting, and that's why we're going backwards. I mean, we just not all parents, but so many.
Yeah,
so many of these
Brenda,
children.
Where did we get this mess from? We want to be friends with our children, and love our babies so much, you just let them run wild and do anything. Where did we get that mess from? That's not our culture.
Well, and that's because we have many parents that were teenagers themselves.
Yeah, I guess kids raising kids.
That's where we are, And these young folk, they don't know their history. So they were born in a society where they didn't know about the water fountains and where you had to sit in the back of the bus, and so that's we've dropped the ball. We have not been good parents.
Well, I'm glad to see this group that come together. Case, I looked at those names on there. I know everybody on there.
Yeah.
And most of these are they gonna get mad. These old folk for the most part. And they have some wisdom.
Try to save these children.
Yeah. Yeah, we have started putting together something, Robert Petrie and I. We're trying to get the greatest generation, the most successful generation that we've ever had here in America. Is your seniors right now. This group went to college. This group learned trades.
Yeah.
Most of us know how to work in the fields, and we've been in the universities. We've done it, and but you would have thought our descendants would have been far better off than we are.
Right.
But that has not come to fruition.
Yeah.
In fact, we are digressing, and I'm upset about this. Very upset. Yeah. All right. All right. Thank you, Brenda.
Thank you.
All right. That clears the line. 972-647-1893. 972-647-1893. Which line do I need? Line 2. Let's say good morning to Rick. All righty. Good morning, Rick.
Good morning, Reverend. How you doing?
Fine. You doing all right this morning?
Yes, sir. I'm blessed and highly favored. I wanted to get an opportunity to talk to you this morning. I've heard you many times on the radio.
Oh, thank you.
I have a background in criminology and criminal justice and have been studying that system in the Dallas area. My comment is that the main thing that I think that's happening based on study is that the criminal justice system is going after every black male, at least in Texas. To tag
you're
them,
right.
To tag them with a felony, you have to look at the repercussions of certain things that happened in our society. And when you turn around and put a large group of males in prison, that leaves the family without a male in that house.
That's right.
Which is systemic. Because there's no guidance for the woman in the house, she needs that male companionship in order to grow.
Yeah. Well, you see, authoritative system, when an authoritative system and figure has been taken out, you just destroyed that particular system. Now, I know women get mad about that, but look, let me tell you something. Women can holler and say something to these kids, and the kids keep right on. Let a real man speak. Let them hear that male authoritative voice.
Yes, sir.
The children straighten up. This is not something I set up. This is not my philosophy. The Bible teaches this.
Yes, sir.
And once we take God out of a situation, and a lot of these women, oh my God, I'm up against a break. Once we take God out of the situation, we've removed everything, and that female authoritative figure, it just, in many cases, it just won't work because she's not a man. She's doing her very, very best, but it takes a man in many cases to raise a man. To raise a real man.
Right, and because of the absence of that, I know you start our time, because of the absence of that man, we have decay. And in conclusion, we need to ask our ladies to set aside, not to take any privileges from them, but set aside and give us an opportunity to stand up for what we want to stand up as black males, because we do exist. We just don't need to be smothered and not have a voice in our communities and in our families.
All right, and thank you. Very good call. Very good call. Thank you. I'm up against a short break, and we'll be right back.
Yes, sir.
You're listening to KNON 89.3 FM in Dallas and Fort Worth, the voice of the people. Thanks for putting your voice in during Pledge Drive. We reached our goal, so let's get back to the music you love.
Any remake of the 1950s movie The Bad Seed should cast Monsanto in the title role. This biotech behemoth has a monopolistic grip on the creation and sale of frankenseeds, the seeds of corn, cotton, soybeans, and other crops that have had genetically modified organisms spliced into their natural DNA structure by corporate lab techs. Why insert risky, inadequately tested GMOs into our food supply? To produce crops that can survive heavier doses of toxic pesticides, specifically pesticides marketed by Monsanto. The corporation gets more profit, we get more pesticides and new man-made health risks. That's enough to make a truly horrific movie about the bad seed, but Monsanto has added to the horror by almost sadistically applying another level of its monopoly power. Having patented the GMO technology, the corporation asserts that when the plants grow in a farmer's field and subsequently produce their own seeds, those second-generation seeds do not belong to the farmer, but are Monsanto's private property. Thus, the seed-saving ethic that has sustained agriculture all around the world for centuries has been decreed illegal to benefit Monsanto. And the profiteering giant prowls the country to find and sue any of its own customers who dare practice the sensible art of seed saving. The bully has 75 staffers and a $10 million a year budget dedicated to monitoring, investigating, prosecuting, and intimidating small farmers, even if some second-generation GMO seeds cropped up in their fields inadvertently. This is Jim Hightower saying, this is a case of one deep-pocket corporation perverting patent law in order to monopolize the sale of seeds, gouge thousands of farmers, and endanger both human health and the environment. To fight the ongoing horror of this bad seed, go to organicconsumers.org.
This is William, your videographer for the KNON talk shows. You can watch church information and forum by going to the KNON.org website. Click on schedules to the left side of your screen. Choose Church Information and Forums page. Scroll to the bottom of that page. Then choose your favorite show to watch or download. This show will be ready for viewing by lunchtime Tuesday. Have a great day.
Yo, what's up? I'ma kick it with the line, y'all know. Yo, Slim, can I kick it like that? Here we go. Well, it's time to make that change. People of the world today are fading. All of us have our ups and downs. You better think about it or you won't be around. What we need is a little bit of love, sent by one from heaven up above. Chicken for tea is simple and plain. This ain't no game, you know what I'm saying? What? Yep. Time to make the change. Here we go. We are the people who can do it. Oh yeah.
All right, we're back for the second half of Church Information and Open Forum. I'm Marion Barnett, your host. We have Annie and Doc here producing right now. Clint has stepped out for a second, but anyway, while I'm talking to you, I'm enjoying something that's very, very good. I found out, Doc, you just told me what I was drinking. You said I'm drinking KNON coffee.
You are drinking KNON coffee. And am I coming through, Annie? Okay, I wasn't sure if I said that right. Mm-hmm. Drink a KNON coffee. There's only now Pledge Drive is over, but you can still get the coffee. And it's tax deductible too by going to the KNON website and ordering yourself a couple bags to this way.
I am a coffee drinker.
Well, then,
and
you know what
this is the best coffee I've ever had. It's one of the donut places has some real good smooth coffee. What was it? It might have been Dunkin's. It's one of those donut places. I used to get that years ago. But this is better than that. This is the best coffee I've ever had. And you can sit up there at the Big Shots Coffee. What do they call? Where's the Big Shot? Starbucks. You go over there and pay $5 for a cup of coffee and drink. That stuff tastes horrible compared to this.
Well, it's
this
because
is better.
They throw all that good stuff in. I'm just plain good coffee. And it's
how did you mix it?
Just four oval tablespoons of coffee into the little basket, and 12 cups of water, and just let it perk and steam.
Well, it's the best I've had. It's great. It's great. So y'all get you some of this. Y'all gonna thank me. You coffee drinkers, y'all gonna thank me for turning you on to this KNON coffee. It is fantastic. All righty. Thank you, Doc. All righty, 972-647-1893 is the number to call. 972-647-1893. Where do I go? Line 3. Say good morning to James. Good morning, James.
Hey, good morning, Rev Barnett. Palestine on the line.
Yes, James in Palestine.
Yes, sir.
All righty. How are you this morning?
Yes, sir. Better than blessed. I know you are too, and highly favored.
Oh, yes.
I heard the information about the changing of the summit. I was looking forward to making it and still look forward to that. I was going to make comment on the sequestration. I call that the good old boy system, anger in defeat, and they trying to regroup on President Obama. It's sad that they should be fired, all of them, for doing what they're doing. And the other thing on the Trayvon Martin, I call that profile hate crime. For the Voting Rights Act, yes, sir, I'm trying to rush through things, trying to save time, but if you come in between, that's fine.
Go right ahead. Go on, James.
Yes, sir. I've been contacted by local people here in Palestine. The NAACP is involved in a battle with the Confederate flag. It is back on the issue. And what has happened, they started out at the courthouse getting the commissioner court to allow them to put the flag up in some respect to Confederate month in April. And that took place, in a sense, the commissioner court allowed them to put the flag up, but that was such a rebellion of the people that the city council come together and was putting a resolution together that evening. But while they were doing that, the commissioner court had been contacted by this sons of the Confederate veterans that had put the flags up. They took the flag down. So the commissioner court, one of their representatives came over to the city hall where all these people were gathered in there, fussing, and they told them that they didn't need to put a resolution together, but they still did it. But anyway, this thing was on for a while. Now it's back on the bottom, and what has happened is the same group has gotten some type of group out of Tennessee to have some private property here in Palestine, and on this private property, what has happened, they have said that it's private property, that these people can do what they want with their property. And what they've done, they went to City Hall in a deceptive mode and got a permit to put in a driveway, but that was not what they had on their mind. It was a subliminal thing. And what they did, when they went back to City Hall, came out there, the inspector, and said, hey, this is not right, what you're doing. They came to City Hall, and instead of the city questioning the deception that they were doing, what they were trying to do is put up a Confederate park, a plaza, and I moved right along. What they did is change the P&Z, planning and zoning, and other landmark commissioner things, and they have allowed these people to put this park up. The flags are not flying, but there's 4 flagpoles up. There's some type of marker, and in April they're getting ready to do some type of Confederate dedication. But the NAACP president here wrote a letter in the local newspaper in opposition. He's been visiting the city council, the mayor, trying to get on the agenda. There's been a lot of controversy about that. But anyway, this is where they are standing, and they have asked me to call you and
get this out in the media and contact as many people.
Well, I tell you what. Call me at the end of when I go off the air. I want to get their number because I like to have them come up and come on the air and talk about this because they're trying to build these here monuments and these parks and things all over the nation. Now I've gotten word on that. They're having a big national rally in Memphis, Tennessee coming up, where the Klan is supposed to hold the biggest Klan march in history in Memphis, Tennessee.
Well, this is the group that's supposed to have this property here, that owns this property here. What a coincidence. In Tennessee, out of 4 states that didn't go along with the succession, and going along with putting the Confederate flag up as a month, Tennessee was one of them. So
right.
What a coincidence this is.
Yeah. So
I appreciate you letting me
call at the end of the show, and I'll give you information how to contact me and everything. I love to have these people. You come with them, and y'all all bring them up here and come on air. Okay?
Thank you so much.
All right, thank you.
All
right. Yes. Yes. All right, here's the line, 972-647-1893, 972-647-1893. Which one am line 1? Let's say good morning to Noel. All righty, good morning, Noel. Is Noel there? I guess Noel got tired of waiting. I'm sorry. He had to wait so long. All right, that clears the line. 972-647-1893. We go to line 4 and say good morning to Ransom. All righty. Ransom, you there?
Yes, Rev Barnett.
Fine. How are you this morning?
I'm doing fine. I'm the one you talked to the last time about these youngsters getting together about these job things, about teach them how to do the cement and different things.
I've been trying to contact you. I lost that number. I've been hoping.
I'm right here in Lancaster. I ain't went nowhere.
Okay.
In the name of Jesus.
Yes, I need to get that number because what you have is very important. All the skills that you have that you can teach.
That's what I wanted to say about this, about what's going on with the youngsters. That's what's going on. We're not training them. Now, we can speak against them, but no, it's against the parents, it's against us, it's against back in the days with Martin Luther King, they used to take them youngsters and train them how to be leaders. We're not training these youngsters how to be leaders. We're standing up there doing it our own self and still trying to talk about them, but you need to get a class and get these people together. You just like he just said about this Klansman thing with the flag he's talking about.
Yeah.
That's them teaching their youngsters how to be who they are.
They're passing on to the next generation. You're right. Mm-hmm.
They are training theirs, and we are not training ours. We need to train ours. See, we get so big. I understand our race. We get big, and we start doing other things. You go look at the Mexican culture. You see them over there training theirs how to do cement and everything else, how to drive. They're training these kids. We're not training ours. That's the whole problem. God said we perish for lack of knowledge. That's knowledge in the Word of God. That's knowledge in the Word of in the state legislation. That's knowledge in the Word of how to get yourself out of the law system, legal system. Mm-hmm. I even know about that. I studied that for 2 years and a half. Ain't too much I don't know about, But what I'm saying, only because I asked God to give me the wisdom and knowledge, and understand. Mm-hmm. But like I said, we need to train these kids. We need to teach these kids. And I got a whole lot of things that I can train them on. Because, see, I even got Class A CDL license. It's a whole lot they can be trained
You can teach them how to drive a truck.
I can do it all. Like I said, I know how to build fences. I know how to do retaining walls. Right. I know how to do rock walls. My father trained us well. Then I went to college and majored in it. So it ain't. Then I just graduated from heating and air conditioning refrigeration. 2 years.
Is that right?
I'm just saying, I'm always going to school for something, but it ain't only that. We got to teach these youngsters.
I tell you what.
Another thing, you got to not be scared of them. You got too many of these old folks scared of these youngsters. I ain't scared of none of them. I stand up there and tell them anything. They'll tell you out here in Lancaster. They call me school out here.
Yeah.
Like I said, in the name of Jesus. And I know all the pastors. Bishop Haynes, my cousin. Bishop Ramsey, my cousin. My father was Reverend Ramsey.
Wait a minute. You can Ransom there right off of Polk?
Yes, Jesse Ramsey. JB.
In TC?
Yeah, tell me.
Yeah, Tommy now. I've been knowing Tommy for years. I know them both, huh?
Yeah, he was in Oklahoma.
Yeah, I remember when he used to go up there and he wasn't pastoring.
Down in Fairfield too.
Okay, all right. I know your family. I know your family.
We got a very big family. We even got Rev Mingo in Terrell, Texas. That's my mother and them. They was Mingo.
Mingo, that's your cousin. Okay.
That's my mother was a Mingo.
Okay. I tell you what, when you go off the air,
yes, sir.
Put him on hold and get his number. I need his number. I'm going to contact you because we got something good that we could start, starting with you and others, about how getting our young people some training.
Right.
How to do these, because these are big money jobs you're talking about.
That was school Ross West too.
Oh, you did?
You need to come on and get involved too.
Yeah.
With Wilma Hudson. Everybody with Wilma Hudson needs to get this stuff together and come on with it.
All right.
In the name of Jesus.
All right. So she's going to put you on hold and get your number, and I'm going to call you because we got to get something started. Because when you're talking about that CDL license, truck driving, you're talking about
one thing. Mm-hmm. We're degressing because we are not trying to help these youngsters how to progress. You go out there and look over there in North Dallas or wherever, they training there. I don't care what you say.
No, I notice every...
They might not let us in, but they training them.
Yeah. I know every culture trains their youth, and we're going to have to get on the ball with it. All right.
That's what it is.
Thank you, Ransom. She's going to put you on hold and get your number.
Yes, sir, Rev Barnett. You have a blessed day.
All righty. Thank you. All right. That clears the line. 972-647-1893. 972-647-1893. Let's go to Alvin on line 2. All righty. Good morning, Alvin.
Good morning, sir.
Fine. How are you this morning?
Oh, fairly well. I've been listening to you for a couple of 2-3 years, and I said a time or two that you were smart enough to run for president yourself.
Well, no, I'm too old for that.
But anyway, this situation that they're doing with President Obama, it seems to me like they're trying to get things running things back, just like it was during Martin Luther King days, you know.
You're right.
What I suggested myself, I'm thinking myself, that we need to just go ahead and get up about a couple of million people and just march on the Republican people. Go on to Washington and march.
You don't know what you just said. You are right. We need a march. We need in that way. We need to help the president.
Yes.
You see, we got the 64 voting rights because we helped Lyndon Johnson. We put him on the line. The nation said Johnson got to do something because of the 63 March on Washington. Yes. 50 years ago this year. In order for us to help this president, we have to get out and push him.
That's right.
We need a great march on this voting rights. See, I don't know how the Supreme Court going to rule. It's going to be 5-4. But we do not know if one of those conservative judges going to come over to the right side of the, and when I say right side, I'm not talking about political right, just come and do what's right. We don't know how that judge is going to vote. It's going to come down. We know we got 4 on one side, 4 progressive, 5 conservatives. We know we have that. And if we got 4 progressive and 5 conservative, usually sometimes on great things like that, one of the conservatives will come to their sense and come and vote with the other 4. So we are hoping that happen. But I guarantee you, I'm not sure. We could lose Proposition 5 in the Voting Rights Act, which would set us back 50 years or more.
Yeah.
And these people mean to do this. They mean to do this. They know they can't win any offices nationally on their merits. So now they're going to change everything and try to steal the election. This is what's happening. So we have got to make sure that we stay awake. But we do need a march. We do need to give the president some fuel, some fire, in order to do what's right and make things go forward. So that's a great comment that you made.
And I believe we can get it done too with the people that voted for President Obama. I believe they would come on all colors. Come on, all colors.
Well, I'm calling for all people, all forward-thinking people.
Go on to Washington. I'm on on Social Security, but I can use whatever I got to grab me a bus or whatever it takes to get up there and do some marching.
Yeah.
And I think the people of the United States that voted for Obama would do it too. So we get 3 or 4 million people to march against the Republican people because they are really trying to, like the guy said earlier, that they're destroying themselves and they're trying to carry America down with them.
Yeah. I agree with you 100%. And thank you for your call and comment. All right.
Good thing.
All right, thank you. All right, that clears the line. 972-647-1893. 972-647-1893. I'm up against a short break, and we'll be back. 972-647-1893.
KNON thanks you for your pledge to our recent pledge drive. Now's the time to make your pledge count. Send your pledge to KNON's P.O. Box 710909, Dallas, Texas 75371. If you missed our pledge drive, you can still support community radio by pledging on the web at knon.org. Your pledge only counts if you pay it. That's KNON Box 710909, Dallas, Texas 75371. Be sure to put the name of the show you are supporting on the check, money order, or the envelope. Questions about KNON pledge drive? Call 214-828-9500, extension 234.
Dallas J. Spivey Productions presents the Gigantic Gospel Concert 2013, featuring some of the gospel artists like the Rance Allen Group, Doc McKenzie and the Highlights, George Dean and the Gospel 4, Lee Williams and the Spiritual QC, Tim Rogers and the Fellas, Little Roy and the Revelations. Saturday, April 13th at Friendship West Baptist Church, 2020 West Wheatland Road in Dallas, with the Rance Allen, Doc McKenzie and the Highlights, George Dean and the Gospel 4, Lee Williams and the Spiritual QC, Tim Rogers and the Fellas, and Lil Roy and the Revelations. Saturday, April 13th. Doors open at 3 p.m. Show starts at 4. Tickets at ticketweb.com. Friendship West Baptist Church and J. Spivey Productions at 877-291-1918.
Would you help the world to burn? This is Sonny Boy Mark, and I'd like to take a minute here to tell you about over 60 minutes of great blues listening available now on KNON's Texas Blues Radio Volume 5 Blues CD. This is some great stuff, folks. 15 tracks from the Two Tones, Blues Boy Bo, Buddy Whittington, Andrea Dawson, Kirkland James, Sonny Colley, Johnny Red and the Roosters, the Chris Watson Band, the Rough Cut Blues Band, Jeff Stone with Charlie Love, David Millsap, Sir Loin and the Ass Kicking Machine, Michael J. and the Paul Bird Band, and JJ and the Detonators. The 1,000 copies we made are selling fast, and we won't reissue it. Get yours now at Forever Young Records in Grand Prairie, Record Town in Fort Worth, and in Dallas at Bill's Records and Rewind Music. The CD is available as a download at cdbaby.com. All proceeds benefit KNON, sponsored by Forever Young Records. Vinyl copies available at Forever Young Records only. For more info on Texas Blues Radio Volume 5, visit knon.org. Your ears been bending for some blues? Well, feed them the real thing with Texas Blues Radio Volume 5.
All right, we're back on Church Information and Open Forum. I'm Marion Barnett, your host. Clint, Doc, and Annie is producing. I'm looking here at something. The Battle of Adwa and the victory of Adwa, centenary medal, the Battle of Adwa, in which Ethiopia forces defeated Italians, defeated Italy, an invading force of troops, was the most significant turning point in the history of modern Africa. It occurred in 1896, when the colonial era was really taking hold. Ethiopia defeated Italy in 1896. What about that? That changed the colonization of Africa. Of all the African countries there, the only one that has never been colonized is Ethiopia, the only African country that's never been colonized. All righty. Also, announcement. We have some ladies. It's about 12 of them. They have this ministry they call the Quilt Ministry. Y'all need to see this. They show off quilts, and these quilts were made by slaves. And the quilts, the designs on the quilts told slaves when, where, and how to escape. These quilts. This is going to be held today at 12 noon at the First Baptist Church in McKinney. You have got to see this. This is one of the most amazing things I've ever seen. We talk about how the songs were there for tell the slaves when to escape and different things. The slaves actually had quilts. The officers would hang them out on the line, and they would read those quilts. Y'all need to see it. Everybody listening to me need to go see this. It's at today noon at First Baptist Church of McKinney. 12 noon. You need to go see those quilts. Oh, this is phenomenal. It is phenomenal how they could read the designs of their quilts, knew when, what time, and where to go for freedom. 12 noon today. First Baptist Church in McKinney. All righty. All right. 972-647-1893 is the number to call. 972-647-1893 is the number to call. Let's go to line 3 and say good morning to Tony. All righty. Good morning, Tony.
Good morning, Rev. How you doing?
Fine. You doing all right this morning?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
What I wanted to call about, and what you've been talking about a little bit this morning, maybe all morning, the Republicans have made an assault on the voters' rights. They believe more in gun rights than voters' rights. And what
You're
they're
right.
doing is, and what they're trying to do is this. They're trying to change the laws right in front of people.
Mm-hmm.
So when they do it, we can't say, hey, it wasn't seen publicly. Previous is one of the guys who's head of the NRC committee is going around and speak to groups and say, okay, we need more Asians and Hispanic voters to vote Republican. Mm-hmm. He never came to the black community yet to convince us to say, hey, this is what the Republicans offer the black community. But what he's doing is they so hurt because the Asian community should be aligned with them. And what they understand is this. It's not necessarily that the Asian community should be aligned with them. It is the policies that are against the American people. Mm-hmm. And some whites are so disillusional that they vote against their own
self-interest.
Self-interest, like welfare. There's many whites on welfare.
Mm-hmm.
But to them,
it's more whites on welfare than far more than minorities.
And so to me, what is happening is our city officials, our national officials, even President Obama is not even addressing this. They are literally trying to change laws in our presence. Mm-hmm. And when they do it, we're going to be crying, let's protest and fight. It's too late then, because blacks only make up 11% of the Texas population. Mm-hmm. We cannot really elect by ourselves a Democratic governor or lieutenant governor. Mm-hmm. We need the Hispanics in their vote. And I'm glad you're talking about this because it is sad to see this happening right in front of our eyes. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, Tony, let me ask you something.
Yes, sir.
When it comes down to it, when it really gets down to the nitty-gritty, these off-year elections are so important. See, none of this would have happened had we gone back to the polls in 2010.
True.
The way we went in 2008.
True.
By us going to sleep in 10, that man, because he lost in 8, he didn't go to sleep.
True.
That brought more life, more energy into him than you'd ever see before. And he's not sleeping this thing off at all. He is there. He's vigilant. And one thing we must always teach our people is to be vigilant for our freedom. In order for us, for our freedom to keep coming for, we have to stay on top of it. We do not ever have a chance to lie back and relax. All right, thank you, Tony.
Thank you, sir.
Mm-hmm. All right, that clears the line. 972-647-1893. 972-647-1893. All right, that's the number to call. I need a bell, anything. I have to ring the bell. This is our second female call this morning. All right, let's say good morning to Bridget. Good morning, Bridget.
Oh, yeah, good morning, Rev Barnett. Okay, what I want to talk about that voting rights. What it is they're saying that the South shouldn't be held to a higher standard than the rest of the country. That they are on the voting rights.
Let me say this. Section 5 is in all over the United States. It's in certain countries. It's parts of it in New York and Washington, parts of it just all over different states. But it definitely pointed toward the South, because the South has such a rigorous history of oppressing the votes of black people especially, but all people of color. It has a history of poll taxes and literacy tests and different things like that. And people have been killed and people lost their lives in the South just trying to get people the opportunity to vote. Do you think the South have changed a whole lot?
No, but it's not just the South. It's other, places, and that's what they're saying, that they're saying they're being unfairly targeted.
Yeah, well, unfairly targeted. They look how unfair they were to people of color, and they're still unfair. Look what they did in the state of Texas. In order this past election, they had to go to the Supreme Court. Texas had rid people off the voting list. They had changed laws and done different things like that in order to knock people out of the right to vote. Right here in the state of Texas, you live in one of the worst states, the most discriminating states there is in America is the state of Texas, and we ought to be ashamed of our leadership in Texas, because it makes us all look like a bunch of yahoos, a bunch of backwards, ignorant people that we used to always just say that was the Deep South. That wasn't Texas. Texas is a southwestern state. No, Texas is just as racist and southern as any state in the Union. You there?
Yeah, I'm here. So I'm saying, Mm-hmm. What do you think the outcome is going to be? What do you think that they're going to do?
The Supreme Court?
Yeah.
I really don't know. After listening to Scalia, after listening to Roberts, who's the Chief Justice, they didn't seem very positive toward it. Anthony Kennedy said some things that would make you worry. All three of these are hardcore right-wingers. We know we got 4 votes on one side, but we need another one to cross over to preserve Section 5. And if we don't, whatever we do, we need to be out marching now.
Yes.
We need to be out protesting, picketing in Washington, in Austin, different places, letting the world know that we have an unrest situation right here in America. We're trying to parade all over the world and give the world the right to vote, when we are being suppressed here in America. So we need to get on off our high horses and get on our feet and start marching and protesting about the right to vote. The simplest right we should have in America, they're trying to steal from us. And then at the same time, send our boys and our young ladies off to war to give somebody else the chance to vote when we don't have it here in America.
That's true.
All righty. Thank you, Bridget. All right.
Thank you.
All righty. That clears the line. 972-647-1893. All righty. Let's go to line 1 and say good morning to Mary. All righty. Good morning, Mary.
Good morning, Reverend Barnett. How are you today?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm great. And
this is hold up, Mary. This is 2 in a row. Yeah. All righty. All right. You're the second lady in a row.
Okay. All right. Well,
I'm gonna get a bell and ring for y'all, for all women callers.
All right. Well, you spoke to me before on different topics.
Okay. All righty.
This morning, I want to congratulate you. You are right on target. You're standing right where we need men to stand. Black men. It's only one thing that I wanted to add, not change a thing, and that is the mothers and the fathers, not only of black people, but of all people that want to see their children and their race go forward. We need to start training our children at younger ages, so that when they get up to this age where they want to test their own wings, you don't forget the basics. Yeah. I notice that the other persuasion will start talking business, race, and everything else at the dinner table.
That's
Look,
right.
kids sitting there swinging their feet. But guess what? They hear and they remember. So therefore, that old way of thinking is not going to ever die out, just like you said. They're just raising up a new generation. And if we want to have our children still standing there and fight, we got to raise ours up to do the same thing.
Well,
to continuously fight.
Well, they're teaching our children how to become slaves again. They're teaching their kids how to enslave ours.
But guess what? That's why you can't depend on your education system to just raise your children.
No.
See, when mine started the school, they could read and write. And were always in the front of every class. But the thing of it is, if we become lax, so does our children. And so far, the ones that may have gotten ahead, we're so enthused and full of trying to climb even higher, so we forget you need to bring a few with you.
You don't reach back and get others. And
That's
see,
exactly right.
That's one of our problems.
Into the state of Texas. But because I would not stoop down and see a black woman maligned and kicked out of a job that she had worked for and educated for, guess what? They got rid of me. I was a scapegoat. But guess what? I said one thing, everything I worked for, everything I purchased, I still got, guess what?
God took
and I
care.
can hold my head up. Okay? We all have got to stay on guard. You cannot let it go. And we need to keep this amendment just where it is. Because, see, if we all think, they can tell us or show us any little thing to kind of make us feel okay that we're on the right road, and before you know it, wham, you're back in the dark again.
Yeah, if we had more women who were like you and thought like you and would stand up like you and know what's going on, you know which way is up. We got a lot of people that don't even know which way is up. They think
I understand that.
doing certain things. They think I guess MTV and all that. That's the way up, and they don't realize that's the way down, and we're headed in that direction fast. All right.
That's why I think that a lot of times they brought the drugs to this country. It helped every little bit that they can throw in and bury us with. They're constantly doing it. So, like I said, we have got to grab our children when they're really, really young. 3 and 4 years old, we need to be talking to them right then, trying to show them. And when they look at TV, explain what's really going on.
All right. Thank you, Mary.
Don't just leave it up to their little minds. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate you, and just keep on doing what you do.
All right. Thank you, Mary. Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.
Good call. All right. 972-647-1893 is if you'd like to join this conversation. You have something that you'd like to say. 972-647-1893 is the number to call. All right. Let's go to Pam on line 2. All righty. Good morning, Pam.
Good morning.
Fine. How are you this morning?
I am great. How about yourself?
Fine.
I'm calling in this morning because I am in agreement with most of your callers this morning, and I'm in agreement definitely with the march. I would like to say that what's going on with the sequestering, I think that's political bullying.
It is. It's posturing. It's sending several messages at once. They're going to hurt a lot of people. They're going to hurt a lot of people in their own districts, these Republicans. They're going to do that.
True.
But at the same time, they're sending a message, don't you ever dare elect a black man to the White House ever again. We're going to let you know that we'll take this country down the tubes before we get along here and let him clean up the mess that George Bush brought. And really, he's done a great job with all of this opposition, like never before to this president. He had a deep recession that he had to bring us out of.
Exactly.
And they've added jobs. Oh, I don't forget how many straight months jobs have been added. And while Bush was in office for the last year or so, we were losing over 700,000 jobs a month. They forget about all of that.
Right.
He turned that whole thing around and started gaining jobs, even though he had all this opposition from the Congress people in Washington fighting him all the way.
All the way. You're absolutely correct. And to top that off, no president no president has ever brought the deficit up to 0.00. So it's as if they were expecting, this one to be magical. But that's a little off subject from what I wanted to say.
All right, go right ahead.
I did want to say that a bully cannot be let loose. We cannot just let a bully go on. Is that not what we're saying to our kids nowadays? Mm-hmm. Well, now here we have it in the political arena, and we don't want to do anything about it. And this will be my stance. Mm-hmm. Is in the Bible it says, if there any afflicted among you, then let them pray. Mm-hmm. So not everyone will be able to march. Not everyone will be able to create jobs like the young man that called and said he wants to train people and then let them get their license. I think that's an excellent idea. Mm-hmm. But I will be the one, because this is afflicting me. This is an affliction. Mm-hmm. I will be the one that will take the stance to pray. Mm-hmm. To pray. Mm-hmm. That's just my position, to pray. And that's not just,
that prayer is very
powerful. That's going to be powerful. That's going to line us up like on a chessboard. That's going to line us up to be in the position to protect our king, our queen. And that's what we should do. The Bible admonishes us to pray for those in leadership, to pray for our president, pray for our governor. Mm-hmm.
It tells us to pray for our leaders. Yes.
Pray for our leaders, exactly.
But we are all leaders. Every person under my voice, everybody listen to me, you are a leader in your own right. And whenever you are thinking about leadership and getting us to another level, the best leader that you can influence is the one you look at in the mirror every morning. Tell that leader, let's do everything we possibly can in order to raise our level of thinking, raise our attitudes, and help others to come forward, because as long as we got one left behind, we're all going to get left behind. So we need to pray, yes, and it's wonderful. We can't do without it.
Right.
Then we need to put some feet and wings on those prayers.
Exactly. Because not only when you're praying, you want guidance as to what to do as well. Don't just put your mouth on it, but be active with your prayers. Ask the Father, which way, what direction should I go? And again, I just want to say I'm enjoying the show this morning. I'm enjoying all the topics this morning. Mm-hmm. I've actually been ignited by some of the subjects, and I'm just really having a good time. And
all righty. Thank you. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. 972-647-1893. 972-647-1893 is the number to call. I'm up against a break. Call me now at 972-647-1893. 1893. I'll be right back.
Top Dollar Tax Service. Tax preparation offering services for business and personal taxes. Electronic filing, W-2, Schedule C's, 1099. Student credit funded in 24 hours. That's Top Dollar Tax Service, located at 3333 Cedar Crest Boulevard in Dallas. Their phone number is 214-941-1176 or on the web at www.topdollartaxservice.com. Serving the community for over 8 years, a CPA is available. They are open Monday through Saturdays, 9 a.m. until 8 p.m. and Sundays by appointment. For information, Omar at 214-941-1176. That's 214-941-1176. Hey.
My grandfather, he loved the boogie. His father, he loved it too. My dad loved boogie.
Big Bill Morganfield is coming back.
That's the son of the blues legend Muddy Waters coming to Dallas for one night only in a big Knon Blues benefit event, Saturday, March 9th at Poor David's Pub.
Big Bill will be playing his father's guitars during this rare Dallas appearance.
Get there early. We'll have free barbecue from the Alligator Cafe.
Joining Big Bill will be the Super Kings and Susie Q and the Shaft, featuring James Hinkle.
Join us for this very special blues event.
Tickets are available now at knon.org, Bill's Records, and Forever Young Records in Grand Prairie.
Saturday, March the 9th, Big Bill Morganfield with the Super Kings and Susie Q and the Shaft, featuring James Hinkle, and a free barbecue dinner from the Alligator Cafe at Poor David's Pub.
Poor David's Pub is located at 1313 South Lamar in Dallas.
We'll see you there. This is a Knon benefit event.
If it's time to get rid of your old gas guzzler, the Knon Vehicle Donation Program can help. There's still a market for those old vehicles, and if you donate it, you're helping to support quality programming here on KNON. Just call 877-KNON-AUTO or go online to knon.org. We'll take care of everything from pickup to tax paperwork. That's 877-KNON-AUTO or online at knon.org.
All right, we're back on Church Information and Open Forum. I'm Marion Barnett, your host. And you can call us at 972-647-1893, 972-647-1893. Do I have a list of callers? Where we got a list, y'all. Bring them up on the board. All of my callers that are in waiting, ready, and 972-647-1893. All right, thank you. I guess we just go with let's go with Al first. I don't know which one came first. That's line 3. All right, good morning, Al.
How you doing, Rev?
Fine. How are you this morning?
Oh, well, I'm blessed. I'm alive.
You're blessed. You're blessed to be alive.
Thank I'm alive.
Yeah. If you don't think you're blessed, go out to the cemetery and argue that with somebody out there.
That's right.
Yeah.
But I just got in on the tail end of the conversation. And, Rev, let me say this. Okay, the thing about it, we got to vote. Mm-hmm. I don't know how much longer Perry has in office, but this is where we start.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The blacks and the browns and any other race, mm-hmm. we got to vote this joker out of office because he still has this Bush mentality.
He's worse than Bush. He's dumber than Bush. Believe it or not. And that's hard to do. That's hard to believe. I know that. But wasn't this guy an embarrassment when he was running for president? I know white Republicans got to feel bad in Texas because this man was a national embarrassment on the state of Texas with his dumb.
True.
Yeah.
True.
Mm-hmm.
And also, but he is expressing his party anyhow.
Mm-hmm.
They just got mad at him because he did it in a dumb way.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But he exposed that party for what they are.
Yeah.
He still has that nigger ranch down there, and whoever listening,
mm-hmm.
my people, that ranch is still there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that's where he goes shoot. And I wonder who they have on their mind when they be skeet shooting and doing that all out there at that ranch.
He and his constituents. And I hope I'm articulating myself well. And as far as our president, Barack Obama, and his sweet, lovely black wife, I have never seen so much racism and prejudice in all my 65 years.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Did you see this? They were upset because she and this comedian did this dance on TV that they were having fun. You had people, that's not the way the first lady was supposed to act. Well, she's different. She's younger. She's energetic. She's beautiful. She's vibrant. She can get out there and do her thing. She has a great build, a body build, and she shows her arms. She's teaching people to be take care of themselves and stay in condition. You live a better life when you're in good physical condition. You have a better quality of life, and she's doing all of this. It's a new day, and people need to turn those old days loose. They just, I don't know, they just can't. They just can't seem to let go. That's gone.
This is true, preacher. This is so true. She's brought so much class to that administration,
mm-hmm.
and what she has. Our cousins are running to these plastic surgeons trying to get what she got.
That's right.
Naturally.
She has the big, beautiful cheeks and everything, and all of those. And let me tell you all something. Television don't do her justice.
They don't.
You have to see her in person. And I've had the opportunity to meet her, shake hands, talk to her in person. Boy, that is a beautiful woman. Her skin is so beautiful. Yes, it looked like if you touch it, it'll burst. It is so beautiful. She's a beautiful woman, and she's much prettier in person than she is on TV. Yeah.
Yes, she is.
And she sure was a soul sister, because when she first married Barack wouldn't be considered a good catch. She was his boss.
That's right. And I got no
she
problem.
married him anyway. Yeah, he wouldn't be considered a good catch in today's society when they were going. He was just an organizer, and she hired him and was his boss. So she's a great sister.
I'm sorry, preacher, but I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna let you go. This and white America, understand this. We are not your enemy. I understand. It's sad.
Most white Americans understand that. It's that group. It's a group. Most white Americans understand it. Most white Americans know that black Americans wants to enjoy this country because we built this country, and we have not enjoyed this country as we should. Us enjoying the country don't take away from anybody else. It adds to this country.
So true.
Yeah. All right. Thank you for your call, preacher. All right. 972.
All right. Thank you, preacher.
972-647-1893. 972-647-1893. Let's go to Reverend Loud on line 4. Reverend Loud. Good morning, Rev.
Good morning, Rev Barnett.
Fine. How are you this morning?
I'm blessed. Thank you, sir. I was listening to your program this morning. I'm actually a first-time caller.
Oh, thank you. I'm going to get a bail. I'm going to tell Doc. I'm going to tell Doctor. He stopped by the store and pick us up a bell to ring for our first-time callers and women callers. All righty.
Yes, sir. But anyway, you right on the spot, and I just wanted to say that I really appreciate it, because we as a people need to stand up now more than ever. And what you're saying about we need to march, we actually need to do that, but we need to not talk about it. We need to find some kind of way to do it, not just here or Washington, but every state in the nation.
We got to contact, and to do our national march, we're going to have to get people like National Action Network in on the deal, Al Sharpton, and one of the key people in Dallas is Freddie Haynes. He's a board member of the National Action Network. I've talked to Sharpton. I've had Sharpton on this show before, and we need to get him going. You need all leaders, all national leaders, Jesse and everybody. It's time for us to push the president. Now we complain about what he's done for the gays, what he's done for Browns, and what he's done for other groups. Well, he ain't doing nothing for us. Well, we haven't pushed for anything.
That's right.
Well, you ought to know. I need to know a president. You have to make a president do things. Well, we shouldn't have to know. We need to give him a reason to do things, and we need. There are those who are putting forth an agenda to present to the president. And we need to put a power march. We need to get all groups, all ethnic groups, different type of organizations, everybody needs to come together and put together something there on the mall, put together something there in Austin and all the state capitals and everywhere else, and get people to rally and fired up for 2014 election. And I tell you what, we can alleviate a lot of these problems if we go to the polls in 2014 and get rid of some of this trash we got in these state houses.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say this, and then I'm going to hang up and listen, but God has placed the right man in the White House at the right time. We just need to stand behind him.
Yeah.
And push him, because all of this stuff, whether you know it or not, when these people saw him being elected before he actually was elected. All these problems was created problems.
Oh yeah, he inherited these things.
Yes, sir. They were created because he was black, so that he wouldn't be successful.
Yeah. Well, let's see.
So we need to pray for him and move on.
Yeah. The Seacrest Station. We're going to hear from Congresswoman Johnson on next week. She's going to tell us about that in voting rights, Supreme Court, and how they are reacting or not reacting how the words that they said during the discussions and different things. We're going to hear all that next week from Congresswoman Eddie Bernice Johnson on next week, and we would be on today, but she's traveling today. Congress is out, and
yes, sir.
She was to be with us today, but we'll hear from her on next Saturday morning. All right.
That's wonderful. We must not stand by and let these people take away all the rights that we have fought for.
Yeah, that's right. Well, they're trying to do it.
Have a good day.
All right, thank you. All right.
Bye-bye.
All right, 972-647-1893 is the number to call. 972-647-1893 is the number to call. We got, let me get this other stuff. Let me get this stuff out of the way. We're just about out of time, but we got some more things we need to go about the, this is sort of typed in light letters, and I seen the time. I could have read this from across the room, but it's real light, and we'll try to get this. It's about talking about elections ordered for a constitutional convention. It was, I'll eventually can pull that up. I don't need glasses, but that one is pretty tough. But I tell you what, I got to take this one, some more calls, because I got, how many females is that? All righty, that's the first time we had 5 since we've been on the morning, Saturday morning. Let's say good morning to Ramona. All righty, good morning, Ramona.
Good morning.
How are you this morning?
Lovely day. I'm doing fine. I'm listening to y'all's conversation, and I have an input on this one. I feel that all the younger generation, we need to get all the younger generations, which is the 18-year-olds on up, they're able to vote. Mm-hmm. We need to get all of them to vote to get where we need to get.
That's right.
Because it's all about the younger generation as well as the elderlies and us, but the main chorus is the younger generation.
Well, I tell you what, we got a gentleman. He says, he's a young man that's out there in Lancaster. We're gonna get with him. We got Mr. Petrie and other people that we contacted, and we're going to get these people all involved with our young people, teaching them not only to vote, but they need to learn some skills or trade. Some will go to college, some will.
Exactly.
Everybody don't have to go to college to be successful.
No, that's right. I'm a successful lady.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't go to college, but I went to a trade school, and I'm doing real good.
And you earn you earn more money than a whole lot of people with college degrees.
I sure do.
I'm not discouraging college, but everybody don't have to go to college to be successful.
Some of us people cannot afford college, but we can't afford trade.
Yeah, you can afford to go and try to make yourself a good, decent living. And
exactly.
that's what everybody needs to go, make them a good, decent living. And see, a man feels better when he has a job, gainful income. He feels better when he has some money in his pocket, and and just feel better as a man. And
I feel better as a woman of 3 kids, raising them on my own, and I'm working right now 2 jobs: my good pay and then a part-time job.
Oh, so you working 2 jobs?
I sure am.
If you had a good man out there that had a
2 jobs, I have to work 2 jobs to maintain and to be successful.
It sure would be a lot easier if you had a man out there that was gainfully employed and everything.
I'm an independent woman, honey. I teach my kids to be independent, you know?
Yeah.
That's the main course. And all my kids are working, which I'm very grateful. They're grateful they got a job. There's times that I don't want to go to work. I said, no. We have to go to work. If you want what you want, you got to go to work, honey.
But now, let's be truthful now. Come on. If you had a good man, you'd love it, wouldn't you? Come on, tell the truth.
I wouldn't have to work 2 jobs.
Tell me the truth.
Okay, and it's got to be a 50-50 thing. If it's not a 50-50 thing, then if you're on your own, I'm an independent woman.
Start off 50-50. By the time you get him stressed out, it'll be 90-10 on his. He have the 90 that he got to bring in. So, yeah, all right now, and we want to go back to those things that really brought us over and got us thus far. And that's the only thing. We can't just run out there by ourselves and expect to last.
You have to have a little push.
Well, that's right. All righty, thank you. I'm out of time. I got to get out of here.
Okay, well, God bless you.
Got to run.
Listening to your station.
All righty. Thank you. All right.
God bless y'all. Love you.
Love you. All right.
Bye-bye.
All right. I'm Marion Barnett, and I'm the senior pastor of Heavenly Joy Church. We're located at Bruton and Masters right here in the city of Dallas. Service beginning 11 o'clock every Sunday morning. Sunday school, 9:30. Bible study, Wednesday evening, 6:30. Come by and see us. Thank you, Clint. Thank you, Annie. Thank you, Doc, for producing. Coming next is Workers Beat, and stay tuned to all of the great programming right here on KNON 89.3 FM on your dial, bringing you the best. So you have a wonderful, wonderful week, and may the Lord bless you and keep you. Bye-bye.
KNON 89.3 FM in Dallas and Fort Worth, the voice of the people.
Business owners, tell KNON's listeners about your business. You can put your business or event on KNON. KNON currently has space available to run announcements for you. Tell KNON's listeners about your goods, services, nightclub, concert, or event. Help keep the voice of the people on the air while putting your information on the air. KNON's been named the #1 radio station in Dallas by both the Dallas Observer and D Magazine. Put your business with Dallas's #1 station. Call now for more information at 214-828-9500, extension 227, or extension 233. For more information, go to KNON.org and click on the Run Spots on KNON page. It's a great way for your business to support community radio while letting more people know about you.